I'm assuming. Of course, I'm standing right in front of the screen, but I'll talk loud. Well, maybe some of us will join in later. All right, let's go down and let's start by sitting on our mat. As you can see, I've got a scarf, I got a strap, whatever you need. So cross your legs, make sure you're on your sit bones. And let's just ground ourselves. Just take a deep breath on that tailbone, root itself into the earth. Growing roots deep, deep, deep down into Mother Earth. And through those roots, let's bring up all the good things that Mother Earth has to offer us. And these days, believe it or not, it's a lot. We just have to recognize that she's creating change in our world. So bring up that change and welcome it. Embrace it. Take it into your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose, down to the very bottom of your lungs. Let those lungs expand out to the sides, blowing them up like large balloons. Then drop your chin to your chest. Let's check in with that neck and those shoulders. See if there's any stress or tension sitting there. And just let that head become heavy with each exhalation. Gently rolling right ear to right shoulder. And release that left shoulder. Today, let's take our right hand, place it on your left shoulder, and just add that little bit of weight. Ooh, that feels good. Nice stretch. And just take some deep breaths and let those muscles stretch out. Then release. Take your chin back to your chest. Then take left ear to left shoulder. Take that left hand, gently place it on your right shoulder. Just take this time to connect with your body, your mind, your spirit, letting all else just disappear. Just set it aside for a while. And then gently bring your hand back to your knee, chin back to your chest. Deep breath, heads even heavier. Release and look up. Lengthen your spine. Take the crown of your head up toward the sky. Neck is long. You can feel that stretch beginning from sternum up to the chin. Shoulders are rolled back and down. And we've come forward onto those sit bones. Our spines are straight, supporting that upper body. Gently look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. Look back to center. Look over your left shoulder. Deep breath here. Look back to center. Now this time, look over your right shoulder and drop your chin and look down. And feel that stretch down the back of the neck on the left side. Take some 3 nice deep breaths here. Let that head become heavy. Bring that head up, back to center. Look over the left shoulder. Drop your chin. 3 breaths. to the side. Fingertips, cup palms. Let's take and slide those left fingertips out. Staying seated and weighted on both hips without lifting out of this right hip. Take this arm straight up, and today we're going to take it over into a gentle crescent pose. Oh, that's a deep stretch coming out of that right hip. Brace yourself with those left fingertips. Just breathe into that stretch. Now, turn and look up at the palm of your hand. Add that stretch, sternum to chin. Release and look down at your left knee. Release that head. Take a deep inhalation. Right arm comes down. Fingertips, cup palm. Take it out. Take this left arm up and over. Keep that left hip grounded onto the earth. And just take it over to a nice deep crescent pose. Breathe. Remembering exhalations create movement. Release and look up at your hand. Release and look down at your right knee. Inhale and exhale that arm down. Bring your hands together into prayer. Let's open up the chest a little bit, stretching across the shoulders and the upper body. Inhale, palms up, out to the side. Exhale back into prayer. Inhale out. Exhale back. And inhale out. And exhale back. And inhale, arms out. And exhale back. One more time. Inhale out. And exhale back. All right. We're going to go down on our back right now. Get your block or a box or a ball, something that you can put between your knees. And we're going to just loosen up those hips and that pelvis. Got my block. And I'm going to, if you've got the block, use the widest part to start with, side to side, and just place it between your knees. Make sure your feet are touching each other, that they are together. And what you want to do here, because we're releasing this lower part of our body, is to stabilize the upper part. So I want you to take your upper arms, just press them into your mat and press down so that upper body's not going to sway along with that lower body. And you're going to start to slowly rock side to side 10 times. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it nice and slow. So we take some nice deep breathing here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now if you've got that block, take it and turn it now the narrow way and place it back between your knees. Or if you have a ball, I have 2 different size balls. I have a little Nerf ball from my grandson. You can take that and put it between your knees and press it to it. I'm going to do that. It feels really good. Brace that upper body again. And here we go. Feet out together. Let's take it side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go too fast, 9, and 10. All right, now take that ball and set it aside. Get a scarf. I'm going to grab my scarf today. Get your scarf or your band and place it around your legs. So you're going to go under your legs still together. And now you're gonna press your legs together, cross that band or that scarf, and pull. Now, I want you to press, try and break those legs apart so they can come apart, but they're not going to because you're holding on so tight. And rock again 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to worry about your upper body here because you're trying so hard to get those legs apart. 9, and last one, 10. All right. So those hips and that pelvis should feel a lot looser. I've been doing this every day, and it's amazing how much looser I am. And waking up in the morning, I'm not in such arthritic kind of pain because I do have some little arthritis in my hips. So it works really well. All right, so now we're going to do the head. So we have to release everything. So arms are at your sides, palms facing up. Keep those feet together and let's come up into a bridge. Squeeze your glutes. If you still have that, if you have a ball, go ahead and place that ball back there and press into it for a bridge. That'll give you a little pelvic floor work too while we're at it. Squeeze those glutes, press into that ball, and now your head is going to go side to side. We're going to loosen up those cervical vertebrae. So 10 times. This is 3, 4, don't go too fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So keep up there. Stay up on your bridge. Squeeze those glutes. Lift a little higher. Press into those shoulders. Take that breath in through your nose down to your belly, and let's see that belly rise and fall. And I didn't hold on to my ball. And then slowly release that spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes last. Set all that equipment aside. Get your scarf or your strap again. This time I'm going to take my strap. And before we do that, let's tuck our knees to our chest and stretch through your lower back. Take your hands down, halfway down. Just bring those thighs close to your chest. This is all about stretching that lower back. So just a nice deep breathing into that lower back. You can rock side to side. Kind of see how that back is feeling. Because we're going to do some stretching here. So feel how it is now. And then we'll look again at the end to see if it's any flatter and stretched out. So the first thing let's do is take our left knee out toward our left shoulder. Release that right leg down and right arm today goes overhead. Another nice stretch down the side of our body. Deep breaths here. Flex that foot, press through your heel, anchor that leg into the ground. And then gently bring it back to your chest, out toward your right shoulder, and release that left leg down. Flex that foot. Take that left arm overhead. Reach and stretch. Such a good stretch. And then bring that knee back to your chest. And let's place those heels on the outside edges of the mat for windshield wipers. Arms out to the side and drop those knees to the left. Keep your toes up off the ground and just let those knees drop to the side. It shouldn't be so hard. I mean, after we've got this pelvis loosened up, this should feel pretty good. Bring those knees back through center. Drop them to the right. Let that breath go. Go deeper into the stretch by releasing that breath. Bring them back to center. This time we're going to go back to the left, taking that left leg and place it on top of the right, very gently. Because just the weight of that left foot is going to add a stretch. And then we're going to take this right arm back straight up. Sometimes this really gets pops going in my spine. Feels really good to lengthen. Just reminding you that I like to take uneven number of breaths. Bring that arm back out to the side and release. So it's either 3 or 5. Drop those knees to the right. Right leg goes on top of the left thigh. Just adding that little bit of weight, which feels like a lot. And that left arm goes overhead. Stretch. And come back to center and get your strap or your scarf. We are really going to be loosened up when we get up to do our warrior poses. Start by taking and placing that strap on your right foot towards your heel. Lengthen that left leg out long. Anchor your left side into the ground again. Take a deep breath and draw these toes toward the top of your head. Now we're only going to do one round of this today, but on your own, if you're just getting down on your mat and stretching out, I like to go through this little flow of legs 3 times, because by the 3rd time you really stretched out, and you can see how far this is going to move in relation to something up on the ceiling. If you've got a fan, I've got a fan up there, just in relation to the ceiling, you'll see it start to stretch out that hamstring. So place both straps into your right hand, left arm goes out to the side. Now let's drop this leg out. Keep this entire left side of our body grounded. So flex that foot, anchor, squeeze that glute. Take a deep breath, draw those right toes towards your right ear. Opening up the hips, stretching the inner thigh. Then bring it back to center. Today, we're going to take it all the way over as much as you can and draw it toward your left ear. Woo. You're going to feel it come down through that glute, down through that IT band, outside of that leg. Got to breathe here. Can't hold your breath. Back to center. Bring that left leg up to stabilize yourself and release. Tuck your knees to your chest for a moment. Rock side to side. See how this right side, lower pelvis is, upper part of the pelvis is feeling. And feels a lot flatter. Alright, then release that right leg, foot to the ground. Put the strap around the left. Again, more toward the heel. Release that right leg down, ground it. So you're going to flex that foot, squeeze that right glute. Take a deep breath and draw your left toes toward the top of your head. Now this side of my body is so much tighter. Let that breath go. Watch that foot move every time you exhale. Interesting how our breath makes our body work. So now place both straps into that left hand. Right arm comes out to the side, so you're keeping this right shoulder grounded, the whole whole right side's grounded, and drop this leg out. Take a deep breath, draw your toes towards your left ear. There's that stretch in that inner thigh, opening up that left hip. Change hands, both straps into the right hand, left arm out to the side. Let's take this leg all side's going to feel different. Remember, our sides are totally different. They're never the same. So this is a totally different feeling. I actually feel this shooting all the way down into my ankle. Come back to center. Bring that right foot. Remove that strap. Just set it aside for right now. Tuck knees to chest and rock side to side. You should feel much wider right here across that upper part of that pelvis. Really get ourselves stretched out. All right, so we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. So come up slowly, just press yourself up, and come up on hands and knees. Let's do some cat-cow. So hands and wrists directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's go up. Take navel to spine, heart to spine, chin to chest. Go up into your cat back stretch. Take your breath, press it into that upper back. You can tuck your toes under, gives the bottoms of the feet a nice stretch. Three breaths here. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, drop into cow pose. So navel drops toward the mat, hips lift toward the sky, press up through those arms, look forward. There's that stretch, sternum to chin. 3 breaths here. And then let's return to our neutral spine. I'm going to tuck my toes now. We're going to work these poses with the breath. We'll do 5 of them. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Press back, sit over those lower legs. Drop that rib cage onto your thighs, drop onto your forearms for your first child pose. Sometimes it is difficult on the first child pose because we're not stretched out enough. We might be today because of all the things we did on the mat. So if you can, walk your fingers out, place your forehead on the mat. Nice deep breath. Press that rib cage against your thighs. And then come on back up. Let's take our legs to the outside edges of the mat. Toes stay together. Come up. Stretch the front of our body. Press your fists into your hips, because right now it looks like your hips are directly over your knees, but they aren't. So just press them forward a little bit. You'll feel that stretch automatically happen in that hip flexor. Shoulders roll back and down. Stretch sternum to chin. Look up. Take a deep breath. Exhale and lean back. This is such an important stretch for us these days, because I know we're so bent over books and computers, and especially if we're out walking, we're not getting those hip flexors stretched out as much. So this is a great stretch. Anytime you want to do it. Feels when you breathe like your heart's lifting toward the sky. So we're going to release, and now we're going to sit into a wide leg child pose. So sit back, forehead goes to the mat, and arms to your sides, and just let your shoulders drop. This should be a very relaxing pose. And then come on back up onto all fours. Time to come up off the mat. We're going to do it slowly so we don't get lightheaded. So walk your hands forward, tuck your toes under, up we go into downward facing dog. Look down at your feet. Make sure that there's about a fist, enough room for one of your fists in between your toes. And then press back. Lift those hips to the sky. Look up at your hands. Fingers are spread wide. You're pressing those palms into the earth, pressing the earth away. Really giving that body a good stretch. Remembering that this pose, downward facing dog, is a healing pose. So let it do its work. Start to bicycle your legs, moving one movement to one breath. Inhale, press. Exhale, press. And just move side to side, working the breath and the feet. Stretching up the back of those legs again. Today, let's bend our knees and walk our hands back so we wind up at the back of the mat. Stay here in forward fold. Drop your head and shake it out. Take some nice deep breaths. Then bring your hands to your shins. Straighten those legs. Press up into those shins and look at the top of your mat. Abdominals are tucked in here. Just stretching, coming up slowly. Hands to our hips. Soften your knees, arch your back, and roll up. Time for a drink of water. Hey, Miss Marilyn and Carol, there you are. I hope you're working out with us. All right, so we're going to have a drink of water. We're going to stay up. And we're going to do something we haven't done in a long time. So go back to the back of your mat, because I think you know what's coming. A little balancing, a little more stretching. All right, I like to call this railroad tracks. So think about your hips. And remember, our hips are not here. Our hips are here, these hip bones. And they run right down through the front of your legs. So that's how wide your hips are. So let's put our feet hip width apart. So, railroad tracks. It's a little balance, a little stretch, a little coordination of some different things. So, first thing I want you to do is step your right foot forward, and it can be maybe 2.5, 3 feet, not far. And you can keep your feet so they would be like on railroad tracks. Or if you feel pretty balanced today and you want to do heel to toe and really work on your balance, you can do that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I'm going to give it a try. I have a secret. I like to turn my front foot kind of in toward the center, and it helps me to balance better. Give it a try. Now those legs got to be strong, so take those thigh muscles, contract them, hug them to the bone. Shoulders are rolled back and down, and you're going to take your arms behind you and take a hold of your right wrist. So front is nice and open and stretched. You're going to create that stretch from sternum to chin. And we're going to come down into a flat back. Pressing our feet into that mat. Looking at the top of that mat as we get down. Got to breathe here. Now, we're in our flat back. We're going to lift this right wrist off of our tailbone and draw it over to the left. This is a side body stretch. So see if you can get that stretch going. And if you feel pretty balanced and you want to keep releasing that upper body down as if you're going to touch your nose to your knee, go right ahead. Then release that hand back to your tailbone. Press into the mounds of those right toes and slowly come up. Keep Keep those shoulders rolled back and down. We're gonna go into a little modified back bend. Open up that chest, lean back, look up. Take that heart to the sky with a deep breath. And release. Now, bend that right knee, press into that right foot, and step back. Shake out your leg, give you two. And let's go to the other side. I'm gonna walk to this side for that. Railroad tracks. Step that left foot forward. Find your balance. Get those legs nice and straight and strong. You have to squeeze those glutes, squeeze those glutes. Reach behind, take a hold of your left wrist this time. Open up those shoulders. Stretching from sternum to chin. Begin your fold forward. Looking at the top of your mat, keep that stretch, sternum to chin. Keep those abdominals working. Lift that left wrist off your tailbone and draw it over to the right. Side body stretch. If you'd like to, continue your journey downward. Then release your hand back to your tailbone. Let those arms relax. Press into the mounds of those toes and come up slowly. Try not to bend your knees. Shoulders roll back and down. Go into that modified back bend. Look up, balance, and release. Press into the mounds of those left toes. Bend that knee and press back. And shake out your legs. Good work. All right. If we were in the room, I'd say turn toward the clock wall. But you don't get to do that. Turn toward me. Hope your mat's in the right direction. Take those legs out wide. Make sure it's wingspan. So when you take your hands out and you drop your fingers down, there are feet directly into those fingers. Pretty wide. Hands to your hips. Drop your hands to your sides. Relax those shoulders. Let's start by taking our right toes toward the top of the mat. Foot is straight. And we're going to turn this left foot so the heel is back, turned about 45 degrees. If you were to draw a straight line from your heel, right heel, down the mat, it would hit directly at that left arch. That way you know you're straight. Your hips want to turn here, and I'm going to tell you, don't let them. Come back to the long side of the mat. Arms are at your sides. Float your arms up. Shoulders are rolled back and down. Now, warrior one. Take that right knee out over the ankle. Go deep into that pose. If you can, and you can go deeper, walk those feet to that foot forward. Sit deep. Now turn and look out over those right fingertips. Warrior one is the easiest of all poses. I always like to make everybody stay here for a while and try and perfect this pose. I want you to take this right knee out over your pinky toe and feel what happens on that inner thigh. Ooh, nice stretch. And then take a deep breath. Your spine should be straight here. If you're forward, come back. Take a deep breath and sink into this pose even deeper. Now drop this left hand to your side, let it relax. Take your right palm to the sky, and we're going to take it straight up toward the sky into reverse warrior. And if you can, if you have no cervical neck issues, I want you to look up your arm into the palm of your hand. If you feel like you've lifted out of the seat and started to straighten it, sink back into it. Deep inhalation, exhale, bring those arms back to your warrior two pose, And then we're going to hinge at our hip, Now we're gonna come forward, dropping this forearm onto our thigh for support, left hand to our hip and roll that shoulder open. Your shoulders should be stacked. We're going into extended angle. So we're gonna take a deep breath. If you can, take this arm up over your head toward the corner of the room so that you create a diagonal on your body. You can see it in mine. From my fingertips down my left side into that left foot. So I'm not up here, I'm here. And I'm stretching. Now I'm gonna add a little balance. I'm gonna look up at the palm of my hand. Breathe and hold and stretch. Then take a deep inhalation. Pressing into the mounds of those right toes, come back to your warrior two. Straighten that leg. Parallel your feet straight forward and release your arms. All right, that's one side. Left toes toward the back of your mat or the side of your mat. Turn that right heel so it's about 45 degrees. Nice stretch. Hips, see, they love to turn. Turn them back so they're square to the side of that mat. Take that left knee out over the ankle. Now, take it out over your pinky toe. There's that stretch in the inner thigh. This leg is your stable leg. This is the leg that's keeping you up and stable. So take that thigh again and contract that muscle and hug it to the bone. Float your arms up, shoulders roll back and down. Look out over those left fingertips. Oh, take a deep breath, sink deeper into that pose. Drop that right arm to your side. Left palm to the sky. Let's take it up into reverse warrior. Look up your arm into the palm of your hand. There's that stretch sternum to chin. Sink and breathe and stretch. This whole right side of our body is relaxed. Left side's doing all the work. Take a deep inhalation, go back to warrior two. Now hinge at that left hip, hinge forward, reach, reach, reach. Bring that left forearm down onto your thigh. Right hand to your hip and roll your shoulders open. Shoulders are stacked here. Take a deep breath, here we go. Right arm up and over your head into extended angle. Stretch as if you were reaching for the corner of that ceiling. And that right foot's grounded into the earth. You have created a wonderful stretch. Now add that balance piece and look up at the palm of your hand. Inhale. And as you exhale, press the mounds of those left toes into the ground. Come back into your warrior two. Straighten that leg. Parallel your feet and release your arms down. Take a breath. All right. Hands to your hips. If you have a block or something you can put your head on, I'm going to get mine. We're going to go down and rest our head on our block. So you know there are three different levels. This is low, this is medium, and this is high. So what we're about to do, this is the easiest way, second easiest way, and hardest. So pick your poison. Get those legs back out wide. Place that right in front of you. I'm opting for medium. I have no idea until I get there. Hands on your hips. Shoulders roll back and down. Take a deep breath. We're going to hinge at our hips and come down into a flat back. When you get into that flat back, stop. Make sure those abdominals are tucked in. Breathing. And then release your hands under your shoulders with fingertips cup palms. Here is your support. Got the little tripods. They're quad pods. Now, drop onto flat palms. Don't bend your knees. Continue down. Get that head on that block. And just rest. This is great for the brain, gets blood to the brain. If you can, walk your hands back so they're in line with your feet. Be careful here though. If you lose your balance here, you'll go over into a somersault. So if you've not ever done this, be careful. Oh, need more brain power. If you've got your hands between your feet, walk them back out under your shoulders. Press up. Come back up onto fingertips with cup palms. Look forward, add that stretch, sternum to chin. And here, I'm going to have you walk your feet in for a bit. Okay. Bring your hands to your hips. Come back up into that flat back. Tuck those abdominals in. Bend your knees here. Arch your back and roll your spine. Come up easier. Don't want you to get lightheaded. Walk your feet in. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. All right. Working. We're doing well. So, hopefully you all have a block or something. We're going to do eagle pose, and I'm going to do it a little bit modified way, so it's easy for all of us to balance. So if you've got something about the size of a block and it does now have to be kind of hard, you can do that. So I'm going to have you place it next to your left foot. So eagle pose. For those of you that have ever seen the movie The Karate Kid, when he stands on that pylon out in the water and does that pose, this is what it reminds me of. So the first thing we want to remember when we're doing eagle is we want a nice straight spine. So we're going to sit, we're going to bend our knees, and we're going to sit back and keep our spine straight. So I don't want you coming forward, I want you straight but knees bent, almost like you were going to sit in a chair. You're going to take this right leg, cross it over, just like you do when you read a paper, read a magazine, and place your toes on that block. All right, get yourself seated, hips should be even. Now, take your right arm forward, left arm comes up, palms are facing the ceiling, cross left over right, and you're going to intertwine them. And I always call these candle flame fingers because they're nice and straight together up toward the sky. And if you can, you're going to reach around with your right arm and grab your left thumb. If you can't do that, put the backs of your hands together. Now your upper arm should be resting on your chest. This is where the stretch in the upper body comes. You're going to lift and breathe. So we're balancing, we're stretching. Eagle pose. Try and release those shoulders down, away from your ears. Body's starting to talk to you if you haven't done this in a while. That's a good thing. And then release those arms, bring them back down, release them, and release that leg. Okay, move that block to the right side. All right. Bring your hands to heart center. Sit. Straight spine. Reaching up through the crown of our head, tailbone rooted into the earth. And cross that left leg over the right. And place those toes on that block. You can sit a little deeper. Left arm comes forward. Right arm comes forward. Crosses over the left. And this elbow comes way out over the outside left one, so you can intertwine those hands. Resting those upper arms on your chest. Now, take a deep inhalation and lift. Breathe into that back. You've created an amazing stretch back there. Take that breath into it. release those arms and release that leg. Shake out your legs. Set that block aside. Get a drink of water. Always keep yourself hydrated. And come to the top of your mat. Let's put our toes together in an inch between our heels. Arms are at our side. Shoulders rolled back and down. Crown of your head reaching toward the sky. Take a deep breath. Inhale up. And we're going to swan dive with a flat back, forward fold. And as we come down, softening the knees, step back, downward facing dog. Press into the palms of those hands. Fingers are spread wide. Whoa. Just stay here for a moment. Bicycle out those legs. Drop onto your knees. Sit into a child pose for a moment. Rest and recover. And then come on up, come around, and let's sit with our legs in potted palm, cross legs. Make sure you're on those sit bones, so pull that fluff out. There they are. Cup your hands over your knees. We're going to do a little stretching of that spine, the muscles that support your spine. So take a deep breath, lift up. And then as you roll back onto those sit bones, tuck your navel to your spine, your heart to your spine, chin to chest. Ooh, nice stretch in that back. Now, keeping that navel tucked to the spine, release and roll up. Bring those arms out to the side, spread your hands wide, lift out of those hips. Take a deep breath and spinal twist to the right. Bringing hands to heart center and look over that right shoulder. Try to keep that spine active in this pose. Crown of the head reaching up, tailbones rooted into the earth still. And then come back to center. Cup your hands over your knees. Inhale, round and release that spine again. Roll back. It should be easier this time. Chin is tucked to your chest. Shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. That back is stretching. Tuck navel to spine. Release and roll up. Let's take those hands back out to the side. Spread those fingers wide. Take a deep breath. Lift up. And spinal twist now to the left. Bringing hands to heart center. Look over that left shoulder. Come back to center. One more time. Inhale, round and release your spine. Roll back. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Let's take that left foot forward. Right foot can either be on your inner thigh, your knee, or your calf. This is the only time that I let you put it on your knee because you're not going to be pressing into it, so it's okay. Any other time, we try and keep our feet away from our knees. All right. If you need a block, then I will demonstrate. You can place a block under that knee for support. Inhale, arms to the sky, lift out of those hips. Fold forward to that left foot. Look out over your toes. Keep that stretch, sternum to chin. Just breathe. This may be the first time you've done a forward fold in a long time, so your body is going to talk to you. Then take a deep breath, drop your chin to your chest, and draw the crown of your head towards your toes. See if you can get your nose to touch your knee, and then let me know if you did. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Switch sides. So right leg extends straight out, left foot, inner thigh, knee, or calf. And again, you can move the block over to the side. Inhale, arms to the sky, and fold forward. Look out over those toes. You can feel that stretch again, sternum to chin. Drop your chin to your chest. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Nose towards your knee. Tuck the navel to spine, release and roll up. Now, both legs straight out. Shake them out. Inhale, arms to the sky. Full forward fold. Here we go. Look out over those toes. For those of you that have been practicing with me for a while, you haven't done this, it takes a while to get back into it, but your body will come back pretty quickly. If you just are here every week and take this class and do some of, maybe do a yoga class in between off my YouTube page, you'll find you'll get back really fast. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Bottoms of your feet together into butterfly. Hold on to those ankles, flutter those knees. Oh, hello hips. All right, use your hands to bring your knees together. Straighten your legs out, shake them out. All right, let's bring our feet to the mat, hands to the back of our knees. We're gonna go into a modified boat pose. Has a little balance to it, where you can just hold on to your legs the entire time. But I want you to come up on your toes, and then walk your toes toward you, so you're rolling back onto those sit bones again. You're gonna bring those legs, so they're the lower legs, so they're straight in alignment with your knees. Shoulders are rolled back and down. I want you to lift up out of those hips, so you're lengthening that spine. So now find your balance and let go. 3 breaths. From here, you're going to drop back into butterfly. And go ahead and just open up those hips again. Bring those knees together. Hands to the back of your knees. Let's do that once again. Come on up. If that first one worked well for you, see if you can take those legs straight up now. You may have to hold on to them. Keep lengthening that spine. Or you can stay here and release. And then drop back into butterfly. Oh, yeah. Those knees together. We're going to go back down on our mat, knees to chest. Oh, nice stretch through that lower back. Bring those hands halfway down, and then rock side to side. First thing let's do is take those legs out long. Take your arms overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. You can intertwine your fingers. Just let that breath go. Point your toes to stretch out that body. And bring those knees back to your chest. And let's take that right leg straight up in the air and place your left ankle on your right thigh. Reach behind to the back of that right leg. Keep this right leg strong, foot flexed. Take a deep breath and draw those toes toward you so you can start to feel a stretch happen in this left leg. Now, take your left elbow and press it against your left knee and push it open. It gets deep down under those gluteal muscles into the piriformis. So if you suffer from a lot of back pain, sciatica, this is a good stretch for you. And release, knees to chest, rock side to side. And then take those legs straight up in the air again, this time right ankle onto left thigh. Reach behind to that left thigh, intertwine your fingers, draw that left leg towards you, that foot is flexed, and press that right knee away. Again, it should be totally different feeling from one side to the other. This side might not be so bad. This side was worse. Or this is the side that's screaming out, honor me, take care of me, oh my goodness. Then release, knees to chest, rock side to side. Those legs, knees out toward your shoulders, legs up. Happy baby. Reach up, grab a hold of the outsides of your feet or your big toes. Just rock side to side. And then we're going to take our legs out long one more time. This is the fun part. This is a release of the central nervous system. So what I want you to do, and I gotta get on this mat, right, is ground those heels into the mat. So they're grounding you. Your arms are just at your side, and you're going to flick your toes back and forth so that your entire body is going up and down and up and down. Let your head bob. And what you want to do is get that spine. You're just loosening up that spine. Releasing that central nervous system. If there's any tightness anywhere, and you can let yourself just relax enough to release it. Back to your chest one more time. Oh, nice. I want you to roll over onto your right side. Press up. And we're going to slowly come up on our feet. We're going to end with our Tai Chi stretch. So come on up. It's a little Tai Chi. Let go of the mind. It's a nice little thing you can do for yourself if you're doing meditation. So let's start by just tucking your toes under, lean back, walk your hands back, and let's come up slowly. Okay. So face me. Feet are about hip width apart. It's just a little flow that you can do that kind of warms up your body. It's a great thing to memorize and do in the mornings for yourself. So let's start by just grounding ourselves. Bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath for a moment. You know you're going to have to watch me for this one. So we're going to start by taking a deep breath and scooping energy or chi up into the air. Cup your hands, bring it down in front of you. Bend your knees, bring it around to the back of you, and just draw it up the back of your legs and place all that good energy in your lower back. I press the backs of my hands into my back. Take a deep breath here. Bring your hands around your waist, cross at your wrists, slide them up your arms, and just gently rest those hands on your shoulders like you're giving yourself a big hug. Close your eyes, take a breath. Let those hands slide down your arms. Butterflies. We're going to take and just turn them over. Butterfly them up, scooping more chi up, and let it come down our sides, down our body. Just let those arms rest at your side. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale up, scoop that energy forward, down around the back, up the back of your legs, and place it in that lower back. Bring those hands around your waist, up your arms. Take a deep breath, let that breath go. Hands slide down your arms. Butterfly. Let that energy just trickle down around you. All that good energy. Remember that energy that we brought up out of Mother Earth at the beginning of the class? It's still here. Just let it engulf you. Feel the change. Embrace it with your heart. Inhale up one more time. Bring it forward. Around the back. Up the back of your legs. And place it in that lower back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring it around your waist. Come up your arms. Give yourself that last final hug. Deep breath. Let those shoulders relax away from your ears. Let those arms slide down. Butterfly. Last energy. Here I like to add sparkles. I know you all think that's silly, but there's little sparkles now. All those sparkles. Come down. And if you look around you, there they are on the ground. Feel safe within that energy, in that little cocoon that you built for yourself. We will be fine. We will be safe. We will see change, and the change will be good. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. My spirit honors yours. Thank you for coming to the first live yoga class. See you again next Tuesday. Hi, Dolores. John, you better have done class. Hi, Miss Carol. Miss Heather. And, of course, tried and true Ruth Ann. Be good, guys. See you next week. This will go back on YouTube this afternoon after I do a little editing. We'll be all set. Bye.